in a highly polarized world. Have you noticed? Crazy. I am the American Pacific Ocean away from all the shit. And so I feel a degree of safety. But I also feel in my heart that people are going through some stuff. And here's the thing. Here's what my plea is for you if you're watching this video. Do not be distracted. Keep building the life that you want and keep being the human being that you know you were designed to be, that you know you are meant to be. Because the distraction, the utter chaos of the world around you has no right to take away from you the human being that you're supposed to be. And the point I want to make around this is really related to how you will run your business in a polarizing time. And for those of you who know me, a big part of sphere building and growing your business is having what we call compelling conversations rather than nurturing, checking in, cold calling, door knocking. The secret behind our model is to say, man, why don't you just talk to people? Why don't you just engage other human beings on a deeply connected human level? Not hiding what you do, but not promoting what you do, but just really talking to other humans with really open hands. Hey, this is who I am. How are you doing? And the thing about polarizing times and worlds or markets where there's a lot of tension, or even after, say, a natural disaster, people are really open to relationship and they're very closed to transactional type behavior. All you really need to do right now is be a great human being that is talking to lots of people in a compelling way. And for an introvert, the messaging channels are very powerful. For anybody who's wanting to make a big impact on the world, the messaging channels allow you to start conversations at scale. The problem with sales scripts in a polarizing world is that they all start with an assumption that what is happening in the person's life who you're talking with or messaging is not important, not dramatic. And one of the issues with this is people are feeling things, going through things, struggling with things, unsure of things, worried about things, having fights with people in their house. They're short on cash, they have lots of cash. You're catching them in a moment when you start the conversation. You're catching them in a moment, and you have this plan in your script of how the script is going to go. I studied acting and filmmaking and have written screenplays, been paid to write screenplays. And the great thing about a scene that you give to two actors, a script you give to two actors, is that both actors know the story. You know the situation, and both actors have a script. The trouble with sales scripts is you're the only one with the script, and you're reaching out to somebody and you're very unsure of their present circumstances. You're not sure of the moment that's happened just before you engage them. And you make an assumption that now could be a good time, but that they're in some ways interested in what you have to say. And they might be a tiny bit interested, but it might pale in comparison to the struggles and challenges that they're having right now. So if your approach with a sales script is to cold approach somebody and then walk them through a process to get them to a desired goal for you, or to see if they can get to that desired goal, then what's happening is you're largely ignoring their present humanity, concerns, worries, and situations. Sanford Meisner, one of the most famous acting coaches of all time, who taught an improvisational method of acting, which I studied, he would say there's a way into a scene and there's a way out of it. And that's all I want you to have in these polarizing times when you start to have compelling conversations with members of your sphere of influence. All you need is a way in. Hey, I've been thinking about you. The world's a bit crazy. What's going on? How are you feeling? Let them talk. Let them share. Let them engage you. Listen. Don't lose your point of view. Respond. Share what you're doing. Share what's happening in your world, even if it's with your work. That's fine. But if you would just release the need to manipulate and control and push somebody through a script, in this particular time, in this particular age, people are going to start to tune you out very quickly, even more than previously. But if you're present and open and have no agenda, if you surrender the outcome, you're going to be surprised what you get back 10 times over. You invite somebody to an event and then they bring their whole team. You reach out and offer a care package to somebody and they refer a friend to you. You help somebody who's in a real relational crisis. This is the messiness of life. We want to control the outcome and just look for people who are hot right now. And we miss out on thousands of other opportunities by being present with open hands. And you might feel like now is not the time to engage human beings with conversations about life, about the world, about what's happening, about how they're doing, how they're feeling, how they're thinking. You might feel like it's not the time because you're worried about rocking the boat, but a listening ear never rocks the boat. A kind heart never deliberately offends, right? A transactional mind and a transactional heart will steamroll over the most important concerns that a human being has. So actually, in times of stress, in times of uncertainty, in times of chaos, a human being that is brave enough to double down their connection rate. Let me start 3 times as many conversations. Let me be 4 times as kind. Let me listen 5 times as much. Let me be 10 times as generous. They're the ones who are going to get the opportunities. They're the ones who are going to stand out like a big, bright, bold light because they're brave enough to release the outcome and they're ambitious enough to start the conversations, trusting that if I'm just a great human being and I really listen, I'm going to make a difference. If this way of working is interesting to you, I would love you to type sphere underneath this video. I'm going to teach this form of conversation having in a live call to our Sphere Builder Academy, and you'll be welcome to come along just as a guest. So I hope that helps. My encouragement to you is to connect more, listen better, love more, be kinder, sell less, live and converse with people with open hands. You'll be surprised at the opportunities that come back to you. It's not about being passive. It's about being active and open. And you can't put anything in a closed fist that's trying to hold on to the process and stick to the script. But you can put something in an open hand, right? You can put something in an open hand. Talk to you later.